What's up, you guys? Thanks for coming to hang out today. If you are new here, welcome. I thought today I would take you guys through my exact system that I find most helpful when setting up a planner for the new year. I have used this system and I guess audit for the last, I think, 3 years now, and it has helped me immensely. Not only does it help me set up my planners exactly for the new year, how I need them, it also helps me to not buy a bunch of random planners because of FOMO and then come to find out I don't actually need them for anything. So this is where it begins for me. On paper, I have a brainstorm of what I need and what I use my planners for year after year, combined with an audit of the past year's planners to find out exactly what did and did not work for me. One real fast way to figure out if something did or did not work for you in your planners/notebooks and journals in this past year is to ask yourself if you used it consistently. Like, for example, this reading journal, while so much fun and so creative, an A5 reading journal that I decided at the beginning of the year to make super creative and a lot of things, bits, ephemera, stickers, sticking with the theme of my favorite book of the month. It turned out to be a lot, and it turned out to be a bit of a drain on me creatively. I am an author and a homeschool mama, and I like to focus a lot of my creativity in those areas. So coming to this reading journal and trying to make a very decorative page based on what I read got to be a lot. So this is something that is going to go away, sort of, in 2026 because it was not beneficial to me, nor did I stick with it. Something else that did not serve me terribly well in 2025 were these calendar layouts in my Erin Condren notebook planner. So if you are new here, I DIY planner spreads in an Erin Condren dot grid notebook. I love the paper and I love to customize my own spreads so that weeks that are dated are not going to waste. I thought for sure I would need these monthly calendars in my spreads. They're fun to decorate. They're quick and easy to flip back to reference for your dates and days of the week, but I wasn't using them for what I needed. I discovered that something like this serves me much better. So going forward in 2026, I am going to be doing a monthly brain dump/master list, big reference list. I was doing this in combination with this monthly calendar in my 2025 Erin Condren notebook planner, but it's a little bit redundant. I could just easily print a small reference calendar for down in the corner or up in the top of the page and go with my list instead. And going forward in 2026, because I do have so much supplies and I do love decorative meets functional in my planners, I'm going to figure out a way to make this a little bit cuter, find a way to do more decorative on the page, more stickers, more washi tape, but make it really functional for me as well. So that's where I recommend starting. You guys do a brain dump of what you actually need from your planners, notebooks, and journals, but then go back and audit what actually worked for you, what you used, what you didn't use. As you can see, there are still things on these pages that I audited and it didn't work for me, like the reading tracker, for example. I still need that from my planner, but I don't need an entire reading tracker journal all to itself. What I'm going to do is move this to the back pages of my Hobonichi weeks in 2026. So after I've done the brain dump, I list the planners and notebooks and even a calendar that I am going to be using in 2026 down on this side. Now, if you still don't have your 2026 planner lineup, what I would do is list out the ones that you are considering getting. Maybe if you need more space, do it on a separate piece of paper entirely, and then go through, maybe check the website or some YouTube reviews, some planner people online that have that planner or know about that planner. Of course, you can skim through it on the websites as well and just figure out which layout and what pages will serve you best for what you need. But because I already know what my lineup looks like, I'm going to go ahead and assign each one of these a color. Is it going to bother me that I did the Hobonichi Weeks pink instead of some sort of shade of blue or green? It might. We'll get over it. Okay, so I've assigned each of my planners / journals / notebooks a color. And then what I'm going to do is my things over here that I actually need the planners and notebooks for is if it's just a general thing that belongs in this planner. Like for example, my gratitude, journaling, and morning pages are nearly the entire reason why I have the Hobonichi weeks. So I'm just going to go ahead and swipe this through with pink because it's going to go on the weekly pages. It's going to go on that spare page. I can just show you. It's just right here. So it's going to go, my gratitude and my journaling and my morning pages are going to go here and here. I'm going to do quotes and motivation and memory verses and things like that. All of that going to live on these pages. So it's just a general Hobonichi weeks landing. I'm just going to swipe this through with pink. My reading tracker and my ratings and the little picture of the covers of books, it's also going to be assigned to the Hobonichi weeks, but I'm going to put up here that it's going to be specifically assigned to the back pages. Then when we get to homeschool, this is going to be in 2 different places. So homeschool, lesson plan, upcoming reading assignments, tests, things like that, things with a date and a deadline. It's going to live in my Erin Condren planner, but it's also going to go on the wall calendar so that my kiddos can easily see due dates and things like that as well. So I'm just going to go with both colors for the Erin Condren and the wall calendar, and I'm going to write homeschool underneath both of them. And in the Erin Condren, I wrote multi for the pages that it's assigned to because there's going to be some homeschool stuff that's going to live on that. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. There's going to be some homeschool stuff that's going to live on that main running list at the start of the month. And then there's also going to be, of course, homeschool things that are living in the planner week to week. We've got a bunch more things that just belong generally in my Erin Condren. My cleaning schedule, I'm going to have the housework on weekly, but then also I'm going to have an annual cleaning schedule, a quarterly cleaning schedule. I'm going to put that over here for back pages because I am going to make some special back pages in my Erin Condren notebook planner for 2026 that include repetitive things, but things that are not happening on a daily and weekly basis. Then we go into meal planning. The meal planning and what our meals actually are, those are going to go in my Erin Condren on the weekly pages, but meal requests live on the wall calendar. So there's a slot on our wall calendar in the notes section where my husband and kiddos can put meal requests if they want to try something new, if they want me to grab the groceries for it, that sort of thing. My grocery shopping and my shopping lists, so groceries plus whatever else we need to shop for, that's going to live in my mini notes, which is just a $2 Walmart notebook. I don't actually have that in here. It's currently in my bag out in the kitchen, but we're going to be getting a new Walmart $2 notebook, and it's going to live in either a Moterm cover or something new. And I put here holiday with a little asterisk because I am going to be switching again next year to a holiday planner for November and December, and all of my shopping lists and things like that will probably transfer into that. Right now, I do have those 2 things separated. My grocery and shopping list is living in my little Walmart notebook, separate from the holiday list. But I think in 2026, I would like to have the 2 together. Okay, and now we have another one that's going to live in both planners. So goal and habit trackers for quarterly. I have a habit tracker right here that's just going to live in my weekly spread for my Erin Condren planner, but my goal and habit trackers quarterly and then overall for the year, that's going to live in both the Erin Condren and the Hobonichi because I want it in the Erin Condren for the functional portion of it, but I also want it in the Hobonichi for the emotional part of it, where I have a coming to Jesus and an emotional check-in with myself about how it's going with my goals and my habits and how I feel about that, and just sort of a reflection and check-in. If it's a smaller emotional check-in, I will probably just dedicate this bottom section of each monthly calendar to that. Otherwise, I will just dedicate this page right here at the end of the weeks, at the finish of the month, to a reflection of that month. Does that make sense? I said that weird. Just at the end of the month, I'll use this page to reflect on my goals and my habits. In my Erin Condren, for the more functional portion of the goals and habits, I put special page right here. So when I'm setting them up and checking in with them on a quarterly basis, I will create a special page in my Erin Condren, much like I do for my currently pages and my favorites. I will just take out a page, not take it out, but I will separate it from the rest of the month to do a check-in on my goals and habits. Then my Bible study tracker and memory verse, that's going to be in the Hobonichi weeks, but on multi-pages, just like I did homeschool multi-pages in Erin Condren. I think I want to do which book of the Bible and what verse to what verse, what chapter to what chapter I'm supposed to be reading in here, maybe. This did not go very well for me in my 2025 Hobonichi, but I feel like I didn't really push myself to stick to it. So I may give this a try, or I might just list it out on my monthly calendar and then do my, like, the actual Bible study and memory verse on the weekly spread. Then, of course, my family memories and journaling are just going to go in our memory keeper, which is going to be a A5 Stalogy notebook again, and my content collabs and business plans and trackers and all of that is just going to go in back pages of my Erin Condren. And one more little bonus page for 2026, if you missed it when I shared this before, in my Hobonichi weeks or any Hobonichi planner that I have, I use the December of the current year to plan ahead and think about what I want to focus on in the upcoming year. So I will just write like one word or one intention on each day in the month of December, things that are a priority to me, things that I want to shift my focus to, things that I want to make a priority or make a thing that I focus on in 2026. Things that are important to me, or even sometimes just things that go along with my word of the year. So this is what it looks like, what I did for last year. I'm going to be doing something very similar in this one for 2026. And that's it, you guys. That is my setup before the setup. It's my audit and brainstorm for the new planner lineup for 2026. My planner lineup is already up on my channel. I will link it for you down in the description. We're keeping it very simple this year. If you're interested in learning about how to create your own planner, DIY it in a basic notebook, stick around, subscribe for that. I will also be sharing my process and planning and plotting out in the Hobonichi weeks in 2026. And I will most definitely have bonus content that is planner or journaling related as well. Someone else who is really fantastic on YouTube with planning information and has a wide array of planners that they have reviewed is Annie from Planning Annie. I will link her channel down in the description. I adore Annie and her channel, and she's really great about doing thorough reviews of all different types of planners. So if you're still looking for inspiration and planner ideas for 2026 and what layout would work best for you, definitely go check out her channel. All right, you guys, I hope this helped or inspired you in some way. I hope you feel a little bit closer to being ready for the new year and getting your planners set up. Let me know down in the comments what your planner lineup is looking like for the new year. I can't wait to catch up with you there. That's all for this one. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.